Welcome back, everyone. Super excited. New year, 2026.
It is.
Man, and a lot's happening. The Olympics are coming up.
World Juniors just ended.
World Juniors just ended. Junior A
Yeah.
Juniors ended a couple weeks ago. And because of that, well, not because of that, it's the middle of the season for Carter Sanderson. We're excited to have him on. We're going to talk about time in Canada at that. How he feels like the second half of the season is going to feel like, and then also, of course, how this Sioux Falls weekend is going to feel like as well. So, everybody, welcome again, Carter Sanderson. Okay, Carter, thanks again, man, for coming on. We love it.
Yeah, seriously. This time I get to be here too. Last time I wasn't able to make it, so I'm really happy I could be here at least.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, my first question, and it's going to go to World Juniors because that was, I feel like, probably a big honor. I knew you, sorry, I knew you played for them, right? USA, you're on there. You played for like a triple league or something like that, I saw. But to play in the World Juniors for the USA, but also having an A on that jersey, like how did that feel to represent, but also represent like your teammates on that team because of wearing that A?
Yeah, I think when we were up there as a team, we talked about like what it meant to get the call. And I said like there was honor with that, but also a feeling of like having to like represent something bigger than yourself and just your USHL organization. Like in that tournament, I was like representing USA, like the USHL, my own team, and then my own name. And so there was kind of a lot on the line when we were up there. And so, like you said, being able to be a leader on that team, wear an A on that team, and then kind of dictate our team's play through being able to play well myself was kind of a huge honor for me. And so I think that I handled that well, and obviously it worked out in the end.
Yeah. Again, dude, you don't lose.
Oh.
Do you know how it feels to lose?
Didn't win a state championship ever, but no.
Well, okay. Hey, I think you give it. Your last year, was it your 8th grade or 9th grade year?
My 8th grade year.
So, dude, to be 8th grader and playing varsity minutes, you won. Okay, you won.
Got a Clark Cup instead.
Yeah.
I think that's a little higher tier above the state championship.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I was gonna say, man, I 8th grade. I don't even know what I was doing 8th grade. I was definitely not playing varsity hockey. I was. That's a win in my book, dude. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah. How much time did you guys get as a team together before you guys went to that tournament? Like, did you have at least like a practice or two?
Yeah, so I think we all flew in on the 1st, and then our first practice was on the 2nd, December 2nd. But all these practices were like 2 hours long. Like you would cut one time, and then like you'd go for an hour, hour 15, and then you'd cut, and then you'd go back out for like another hour, 45 minutes. And so that was kind of a bag to start the tournament, but it needed to be done, right? Like all USHL teams run different systems. The coaches run different systems from each other. Our coaching staff was 3 head coaches across the USHL. And so they're all playing against each other, trying to beat the other systems. And so even in their book, when they come together, it's kind of hard to, put a team together and be able to run with that. And so when we got there, I think we had 2 days of practice. So it would have been like 4 hours of practice time. And then we had our first exhibition game. And then we had 2 days in between that. Like I said, we skated another 2 hours each day for those practices. And then we started our first preliminary game. And then I think we went 2 preliminary games in 2 days. Like these are one per day, obviously. And then we had a 1-day break, and then our last preliminary game. And then we had the quarters and then 1 break. And then we had the semis and finals back to back. And so it was 2 weeks that we were up there, and it was a great time, even though quite the bag that it was. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought, I wasn't able to watch it. I know it was in Canada and subscription. I was like, oh man, I don't want to pay that much just for a couple of games, but you got on the score sheet, man. And I just thought, I always think that's pretty sweet. The app I was using, it had the USA logo and then it had your name, and I was like, that is pretty sick. I should have screenshotted that, but pretty sick, man, to represent the United States. And from there, because now you'll go to college, I'm assuming your name's going to be on the potential list of the World Juniors here in the next couple of years. Am I wrong on that? Like, do they look at people? I guess I could probably go research it, but I would assume that you're going to be one of those guys that they're going to hopefully trust to maybe go in the World Juniors. Do you think that's a possibility down the road?
yeah, for sure. I think next year's my last possible year to even play for World Juniors.
Oh, really?
Like this year, the 06s are done. Like
Mhm.
it was our last year, and so I think my goal right now, like my big goal, is to play on the World Junior team next year. Like I think it's a good goal for me to set, and I think right now, like even in Muskegon and when I was up in Canada a couple weeks ago, like I was more of like a kind of a skill guy that would use my body, like physicality, to like create my own space. But like I honestly don't care what like my role is on that team. I kind of just want to go, and like I know that there's guys that are going to be more skilled than me, and so being able to find a happy medium of like not getting scored on, but also like playing physical and making plays will kind of dictate if I make that team or not.
I love your use of your role. I think even when people, I see the rosters come out for the Olympics and everyone's like, how do you not have this person, or this person? Or like a big thing, Vincent, right? Why is Vincent on the USA team? I'm like, well, his role. I'm like, his role is he's a face-off and PK guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have these top goal scorers aren't playing PK minutes. You got to have a line that is going to be that PK unit.
Yeah.
And that's where he fits in. So I love how that you see yourself as that role of get in the corners, big body guy, maybe get the assist or two here. I love that, and I think that's what USA Hockey is. I think it's a physical brand, and I think that's how you. I think that's how you win. You look at the Stanley Cups. The more physical you are in the playoffs, the better, because you wear down the teams. That's how Florida Panthers been doing it for so long, and so. Yeah, man, we'll definitely be watching out for that and seeing if you do make that World Juniors. I really hope you do. I think, and gosh, too bad I wasn't in St. Paul, because then I'd definitely go.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
But because so then this would be was this your last year to make like the U18, and then like you still have a chance for U20?
Which U18 team?
For like the Worlds, I'm talking.
U18, no, that's all like the NTDP kids, like the National Team Development Program kids. That's who all goes to Worlds, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be incredible to watch.
I don't. Yeah. You're breaking barriers, man.
Yeah.
First South Dakota kid playing.
Yeah, because I watched this past juniors, and it's just like, for me, I don't just watch USA because like as a Caps fan, I go and I watch their prospects that they have drafted and all that, and see them on their countries, and I just think, being able to play against those top guys like that's such a cool experience, and on the world stage like that, and just in front of everybody, like it's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too bad I just couldn't have done it when it was in Minnesota.
I know, that'd be sick. But yeah, so this season, I know we talked. Well, you weren't here, but
I watched.
One of your goals was to be a point per game type guy. Right now, you're at 0.81. Very close. But yeah, from there, do you think you're gonna get so many points this weekend? Being so hyped coming to Sioux Falls, are you gonna be a point per guy by this weekend, or what?
Yeah, let's hope that's the case. But I think this second half is big for me on going into North Dakota next year and kind of being able to not only go into North Dakota, but also like be a guy that plays up there. And so I think, yeah, like I'm super excited for this weekend. There's going to be so many people there, like just like to come watch. Like my grandparents haven't seen me play since last year, like in Sioux City, which was over a year ago. And so, and there's some people who are coming who haven't seen me play since I was in Pierre. And so, there's I'm super excited for this weekend. And I mean, I'm trying not to think about it too much as there's going to be hundreds of people there coming to watch. And you know, I've still got a job to do at that, but knowing that there's a lot of people who are, I guess, happy for me and excited that I'm coming back to town is definitely cool.
Yeah, this is a home game for you, dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm gonna say, like, you score a goal, that you're not gonna hear boos. You're gonna hear probably the biggest cheer out of like the whole
I
stadium.
think every time you touch the puck, you're probably gonna get. Everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Every time you touch the puck, you can hear people cheering for you. You know, I can't imagine that whole probably half that stadium is gonna be for you.
Yeah, it's fair.
They're probably Sioux Falls is probably like, why are these so many tickets sold right now?
Right.
It's because of a homecoming, pretty much. No, yeah, we're excited to come to watch it too. This will be our first time ever watching you. So
the first time ever watching.
Oh, what? Why did this happen? This happened last time too, didn't it?
Oh, might have just happened. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited because first time ever seeing like that USHL hockey. Like I think last time I did go to a Stampede game, but I was like a child, so I don't remember.
Yeah, same.
And with the new stadium, like it should be electric.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what that was, but we're good now.
Yeah. So what we were just saying, you know, we're excited to watch you. It'll be our first time watching you, and from there, I wanted to make sure we were right on the glass. So we're gonna be right behind the Sioux Falls Stampede goalie.
Yeah.
For the 2 periods. So
we'll bring our quarters.
I don't want to get kicked out.
No, I know.
But so yeah, we're excited. Wow. I'm actually excited to see like how many Pierre jerseys we see. Honestly, that'll be sick to see and things like that. So,
you know what they sell? Like, are they gonna have any Muskegon gear there? Probably not. No merch.
I did. I think the last episode you were on, you had a sick. I think it was a Muskegon hat. It was a lumberjack hat. It was like white and like gold. I went on the website to try to find one.
You can find it?
Oh wow, man.
No, yeah, that was like team apparel that only.
Yeah, the team apparel. Oh, dude, it was so sick. I was like, I couldn't stop. Like, I was looking at it. I was like, dude, that is fresh. It was so fresh. It was sick. Yeah. But I have a goldish jacket that I got. So I'm gonna wear. I can't wear anything blue or black. So. But so yeah, so throughout the season now, like you said, the second half is going to be big for you, but like in a team wise too, you know, you guys are still, you know, one of the top dogs. You know, I know you guys, what, Quebec was that? Who's that? I can't remember now. But there was a team you guys faced that I know it was kind of for the top position. I think you guys ended up losing both, or at least 1-1.
Cedar Rapids
this
weekend.
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah. But like, so getting that experience, you'll probably hopefully see them down the road again. But is your guys' mentality at all in the second half changing, especially being, you know, the defending champs and things like that? And then today I saw Lawrence, he's going to BU now, you know, so, and he was one of your top guys. So like, how does now all that change?
I think on our team, we kind of split the season into 4 different 15 game segments. So like there's not a different mentality because you want to have the same mentality through all of it, but like there's different segments that are going to be tougher than others, right? Like this stretch that we're going to go on here in January and February, right after this break, knowing you're not going to go home for 5 months, is all on the road. We're on the road like 10 games in a row or something like that. And so yes, there's things that we need to do. And us as a leadership group have come up with like kind of a road warriors identity that we kind of need to stick to here in the next month and a half. I think losing Tynan, who's going to go top 5 in the NHL draft next year, is kind of tough, obviously. But if you look at it like at the positives, we were still 14-2 when he wasn't in the lineup, like when he was hurt at the beginning of the year. And so there's plenty to look at saying, oh, well, this kind of sucks. Like, yeah, we're losing a really good player. But at that, we still have the players that we need to like get it done. Like the Eastern Conference is so tight right now. I think there are 4 teams within like 3 points of each other for first place right now. Like everything is just so tight. Whereas you look at the West side and Sioux Falls has the first place spot by like 6 points or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that these road games will matter. But I think we've definitely got the guys to do it. And so I'm kind of excited for this second half that we got going here.
Yeah, I feel like last year was kind of the same way. That Eastern, like I know you guys were kind of like right in the middle of the pack, in that Eastern Conference all last year. And now, of course, you guys just kind of, again, it's close, but you guys, jumped up there quite a bit way early, which was great to see. But yeah, so like, is there a mindset of like, okay, we'll see how this weekend comes? Because this, honestly, like, yeah, you're going to 10-game that road games. That's, to me, is crazy. Like, that's a lot of traveling on you guys. It's going to wear you down, of course. But like with Sioux Falls being that number 1, like this could be a potential, Clark Cup final. Like, does that cross your guys' mind at all when you face these teams, especially Sioux Falls?
I honestly, we try not to I do, but like we try not to let the standings or like what place we're in really dictate how we're playing at that time. Like if we're playing bad, we need to pick things up, and even if we're playing really, really good, we can't let off the gas. And so there's times that we're all like, I mean, we're playing Youngstown, who's our biggest rival. We have a home and home against Youngstown next weekend where we go there, which is 7 hours away, and then Saturday we come here and we play. And so like a weekend like that, our toughest rival, like that's going to be a battle. But when you play teams like that, like you want to do what you can to win. And so I'd say we don't really look at it, but in the back of our heads, we know that what's at stake. So
yeah. Well, yeah, and I say Sioux Falls, right? But like, yeah, like you said, like almost all these games are probably going to matter because you're going to, seeding wise, it does matter. And, yeah, you guys are going to be, that's 7 hour. Gosh, dude, that's a crazy, yeah. And again, I know just flying here or getting to Sioux Falls here, I know that's not a short distance either, but yeah, you guys go quite a bit. And
But do you guys fly or do you guys bus?
no, we'll fly to Sioux Falls this weekend.
I'm gonna say you'd be on the road right now trying.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah. Well, like last year, that's a fair question. Like last year, we bussed everywhere, but this year we get to fly to. They flew to Kearney while I was up in Quebec, and then we'll fly to Sioux Falls and then Omaha at the end of February. But like last year, we bussed to Fargo.
Ooh. That's a trek. So when you fly, you guys just fly. You just like coach. Like, are you guys like?
Yeah, there's like we would fly private, but there's like USHL rules because like certain owners have a lot more money than other owners, and so it's kind of however that works is how there's USHL rules against like flying private though. But if you could,
Yeah,
never known that.
just come on, get your own planes now. Come on,
Yeah, right.
just give every team their own plane.
Do you think your owner could? Does he have a private jet?
Yeah.
Not one, but 2. No, just kidding.
Fair.
Oh, that's funny. What else you got?
Not right now.
Not right.
I'm just excited just to watch him play this weekend. So with Tynan then leaving, like I imagine lines get adjusted, and then like there's some of the younger guys get more of a chance to.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
minutes.
Tynan was playing big minutes. He was playing like 25 minutes a night, which is as a forward, obviously
That's
crazy. And so I think having Tynan leave at that, like there's definitely, like you said, more opportunity for younger guys, but then also for the older guys. Like more willingness to kind of step up and play and do what they need to. Obviously, there's roles that need to be filled, and so with that, like guys are willing to do it because it's honestly worth it. But yeah, that's it. It kind of sucks to see him go because like he was my line mate when he was here, and you know like when you were when you were tired, you could just give the puck to him and he would go do whatever. He's so fast, but yeah, and so like obviously it sucks to see him go, but I think we're totally fine without him.
Yeah, gotta get the job done still.
Well, yeah, you know, like you just kind of just said, you know, you got tired, give him the puck and go. And yeah, roll, right? Now your role maybe has to switch a little bit, right? And you might have to start producing a little bit more here or there to help the team out because you could always rely on a guy, right? Now, but now you guys are trying to also find that replacement, which is going to be hard. And, well, you know, people like that probably can't be replaced. You know, a top 5 pick, like you said. Yeah, you can't replace something like that. That's really tough to do. So, but yeah, you know, it's a challenge on your whole team, challenge on you, especially that he's your line mate. And, you know, you guys got to find that chemistry with another guy now. So it's just going to be a big challenge for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you find it a little bit like hard to like when you went and played at USA and all that for like to adjust back into the lineup? Like I know last year you kind of didn't you were with the team all season. This year you've been away a couple times. Is it like kind of now finding like it's a little harder to adjust back in the lineup when you come back?
I don't think so because the time that I left was at honestly the perfect time, like right before Christmas break. And so everybody kind of had a break like when you came back. And so everybody was kind of willing to reset and kind of get back into the swing of things. And so if it was like right now that I left, then yeah, maybe. But I think that this was sanctioned at a perfect time to where I could, go up there for 2 weeks, go on Christmas break for a week and a half, and then come back here and be just fine.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. Because yeah, that'd be tough, but to try to get to that mindset. But yeah, I guess one question there, like the competition in the World Juniors compared to the Lumberjacks and the USHL. Is there much of a difference? Or you see a little bit, more speed here because it's like the best of the best, So how big of a difference is that?
I'd say the Canadian teams, as it might sound a little different, were more competitive. Like not than us, but like as of our opponents, both the Canadian teams were pretty similar. Like even watching like when the two Canadian teams played each other, it was just a battle. Like each of them went into overtime, I think. And so like the Swedish team, like honestly didn't have a whole lot of competitiveness, but they were very, very skilled. And so I think the Canadian teams were competitive, didn't have a whole lot of skill, but then the Sweden team was very skilled, didn't have a whole lot of competitiveness. And so I think that us having both competitiveness and skill in a pretty deep lineup, like basically an American USHL All-Star team is honestly what it is, was definitely working out in our favor.
Yeah, I can see that. Too bad it wasn't like skilled and competitive for both, but again, to get a little bit of both, kind of be like, well, and I think Swedes have always been like that, right? They've always been very skilled.
They always kept the same system, it feels like.
Yeah, so not too bad. But all right, man, we kept you long enough. We're super excited to watch you play this weekend, and good luck, dude.
Yeah, that sounds great. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys this weekend.
Heck yeah. See you later.
Yep, bye.
Perfect, dude.
Oh, I'm so jacked to watch you play this weekend. I want to watch him just kick the crap out of the Stampede.
Does he fight?
That's what I was gonna to ask that. That's one thing I wanted to ask, but because I noticed he's been in a few fights the last couple games, and so I wanted to see. I was like, oh well, are you thinking maybe you want to show? That was loud. Sorry. Maybe you want to show like don't need. I probably don't need anymore.
Yeah, you don't need those. Yeah.
It's like you're gonna set the tone and maybe off the face off, just drop the mitts,
You think mom and dad be mad at that?
No, of course not.
It's my role, ma.
Right? He just gotta. He's gotta. That's his. As a captain, you gotta pump your team up. I feel like maybe it's a possibility if they go down early. He might be the one to spark them. That would totally spark the whole. That would have to spark the team. I mean, that would spark me. I'm gonna be cheering. I mean, we're gonna be cheering for to the Stampede. We're gonna be cheering for the Appos.
Yeah.
The opponents, and so we're gonna be hated in there.
Yeah. Sounds like there's not probably gonna be enough.
I know that's the thing too. Yeah, it's gonna be like split. That's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be a home game for the Lumberjacks, man.
It's gonna be like back in the day when it was Los Angeles Rams, it was St. Louis Rams. Teams would go play there. It'd be just like all the away team.
49ers, out in LA, man. It's the 49ers home game, man. Yeah. It's crazy. So, but I was super thankful again with Carter to come on here. Taking the time.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was gonna ask too today. I was like, "Is he coming on here?" Because I remember you'd brought up wanting to have him on before we went there, and then I just never asked about it again. And I was like, am I gonna ask? And then when you said you coming, and I was walking in here, and I was just like, "Shit, it sounds like we got a guest," because it's like a time restraint. And the reason I was late is because my service engine light came on in my vehicle and it was not making a normal sound when turned on. So I was like, what? So I was like listening to it, and then I looked and I was like, oh shit, I gotta get in there. Yeah, sorry, but I was like, oh crap, I gotta get in there. And so here I am.
Yeah, that's why I told Carter. I said, I don't think Ryan knows that you're here, so it might be a surprise. He's like, oh, he's coming to this time. I'm like, yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah,
so
I'll be here.
So, but awesome time again. I'm not sure if we'll do a video. Maybe do some clips on Instagram here and there.
Maybe. I just want to enjoy it.
I do want to enjoy it. I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hound him either. But if we were to take video, I would just be like, of the game. So.
If I see Carter with the puck coming down, I might
have to pull the phone out here.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hope I get it. But I'm excited. But that was fun. We'll get back to Carter when probably towards the end of the season, right before their playoffs start, where they'll more than likely be there.
Yeah, see how his mindset is for playoffs, and then
see how the confidence.
Too much about college for the next season, or not.
Try to get a little more insight on that and see how he feels coming up from going up to college here. A little bit with South Dakota, Carter actually asked how everything's been going, and told him, it's not too bad. It's, I talk about how Pierre's, they're up there. I think they're like third or fourth right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did say, that you guys had a little bit of easier schedule at the beginning, but you won the games that need to be won.
Yep.
And that's going to matter. You're going to play tougher teams now, which is good, right? You need it. You need to know where you're at. So I'm excited to see Pierre. I think Pierre's going to make a good run to making it to state. He asked about Aberdeen. I said they'll be pushing it. They're going to fight for it. Same with Watertown. So excited about that. Rapid kicking butt like usual. And
not the only undefeated one though.
Yeah. Sioux Falls East kicking butt as well. Those two are going to be coming up here in the next week, I think, or next weekend or two. They're going to be coming up. I'm excited to watch that. Might have to live stream that one. I'm not sure.
Hey, is there any varsity? Is Sioux Falls playing over this weekend at home?
Sioux Falls? I'm not sure. We'll check.
I'll look at East.
Well, gosh, you're doing it that way, man. But overall.
Oh no, Sioux Falls. Well, yeah, no, they're in Brandon Valley Saturday.
Why do you guys got to do that to us? All we want to do is enjoy. I don't even have it.
Yeah, I imagine Aberdeen's probably playing this weekend here.
Yeah, they play Sioux Center.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, that's not. They play Saturday, Sunday.
That is true.
3 p.m. on Saturday, though.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be back in time or not. But girls varsity.
God dang, I'd love to do that game. To watch Sioux Center because we only get to see them every other year.
Yeah.
Because of how they do their schedules.
So we're talking about Pierre and Yankton play this week, and that'll be a big game. Same with Watertown and Huron. Huron's a team too that are going to be fighting for. That's especially,
look at their JV standings. Huron's leading.
Yeah.
right
so,
now. They're 9-2. That bodes well for the next coming years.
Yep.
Like you said, I heard talking with Carter about how the next year it's gonna of like with the amount of guys dropping off on every team, it's gonna be very competitive. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Or it looks like.
Yeah. I think Sioux Falls is going to be probably one of the bigger teams again next year, especially East. East has been killing it. And again, like we said, they'll play Rapid here, who on the 31st, end of the month, they'll play them in Rapid. And that's going to be one heck of a game. That's potentially state championship right there.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. I would love to get somebody from Rapid. So if anyone from Rapid, you watching this, you want to come on, let us know. We're looking for some varsity guys. I might put a thing on on Instagram. But yeah, I would like to talk to someone there. I know we've talked to a few there. But yeah, let us know, because I got some questions for you Rapid players out there. So very exciting. Saw my first Michigan goal.
That was cool though.
From Rapid.
Yeah, I saw that.
From I believe it was Colin. Howard, sorry. Dude. How do you say that first name? What?
Can.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. That is my fault.
They either pronounce it Kane or Can.
Kane or Kane.
Yeah.
Either way, nice Mishy. I liked it. Got me pumped. He said, "Hey, you're gonna enjoy this one." Sure did enjoy that one. I think that was probably the first Michigan I saw
for South Dakota, at least
in South Dakota play. So that was pretty sick. But yeah, other than that, standing wise, girls varsity, really cool thing. Brookings and Sioux Falls, they both lost to each other.
That is awesome.
Gonna be a good state tournament for the girls varsity. Super excited to watch that one as well. Pierre right up there, Watertown Rapid, Watertown and Rapid right there at 4 and 5. Aberdeen at 6, and then Sioux Center and Mitchell. So yeah, that was really cool to see that they both lost to each other. Just knowing that they do play one more, which could be the factor of 1 and 2 seed. So excited to see what happens there down the road. Teams to look out for youth boys varsity right now. Like I said, Pierre's right around that 4, but they're gonna have a tough schedule coming up. They play Yankton this weekend, then Brookings. They get a little break here, then with Huron and Brandon. Huron's a game that they need to win too, because they could be fighting for that last spot. And so, but yeah, then Grand Valley. Then they play Sioux Falls West, tough game. Aberdeen, Mitchell. Those would have to be 2 big win games. Then they play Sioux Falls East, Rapid, Brookings to kind of finish it off. Then Watertown at the end. So not maybe 1 or 2 gimme games, but a lot of games that matter for Pierre here towards the end. So excited to see where they go. If they make it more than, if they go 4 or 5 seed, that'd be pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that'd be kind of like the past where they've been.
Yeah.
When we played, that's
exactly
where they usually always were, because like Sioux Falls and Rapid and Brookings always were other top 3.
Yep. So yeah, I would really like to see what happens here for Pierre. If they could, Sioux Falls maybe comes up, but if they could beat Brookings in that game that's coming up, that'd be pretty big, because Brookings, 5 and 4, they've had a tough schedule. Their schedule's gonna be a little bit.
They won 3 straight, so they've come back.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming down a little bit. They play Brandon Valley again. That Pierre game's gonna be a big one. Then Aberdeen, Sioux Falls East. So a little bit mix of both, but they're gonna make it, but they got to find a way to win a little bit more games. So
I don't know if we want to be that 4 or 5. Don't those guys play first?
4 or 5 does play. 4 or 5 plays first.
Yeah,
yes.
They play each other first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and then that's the last 2 spots. The Mitchell and Watertown. Mitchell, Watertown, Huron, and Aberdeen. Those are going to be the 4 teams. 2 are going to make it. 2 are not going to make it. That's going to be the biggest thing. So who does, who doesn't? Right now Mitchell's 4-7, Watertown 4-4. If I had if it's going to continue, look at Aberdeen, Watertown. They're going to have more games to play.
Yep.
But again,
I mean, they're down. Watertown Mitchell and Huron both have like 4 or 5 games in hand.
Exactly.
Like, that's a lot. Like, that's like a couple weekends worth.
Yep. So that is going to hurt them, down the road. But if Mitchell and Huron can beat Watertown and Aberdeen once, that's going to make a big difference down the road. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. Still,
because I don't think they've faced each other, have they yet?
Who's that?
Like, I don't think Aberdeen has played either Mitchell or Huron.
I don't think so.
I don't believe they have.
But
yeah, they haven't. They only played Watertown. They beat Watertown, so they have that game on them.
That's good. Yeah. So again, very exciting stuff for South Dakota hockey. I would really like to also get, I'm not going to say who to get on. I'll talk with Ryan about it. I think we're agreeing to probably have him on, but we'll see. It'll be a voice you may have heard in the South Dakota hockey realm. So we'll see what happens here down the road. But I'd really would like a certain guy to come on and kind of talk with him as well. So
I think I know it is.
I think you do too. So see how about that goes. But yeah, South Dakota hockey, keep sending in those clips. And again, rapid players, rapid coaches.
I know you guys are an hour behind, so it's pretty hard to get on here.
That's true. Forgot, but still.
It might be past your bedtime.
FaceTime us while you're at practice or something. Yeah. But I want to talk to some rapid guys.
Just don't throw water bottles at us and spit on us. Sorry, I had to get it out over here.
So let's head into NHL.
The big dogs.
So it's kind of funny how things flip, right? So Eastern
West,
West, but like even in Eastern Conference, we're seeing a little tiny separation. Not crazy amount, but you're going to see a little bit separation. Nothing, like I said, nothing major, but compared to where it was, every single night a game mattered. Now it's every 2 games or maybe every 3. So that's where we're at in the Eastern. But take that Eastern and put it all into the, how close everything was. Put that in the Pacific Division. Because right now, the San Jose Sharks, who are out of the wild card spot, are at 43 points. With 2 wins, they could be the first overall in the Pacific Division.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, this is how crazy this is. So the Pacific Division has 5 teams. Let's include the Sharks that are out. So 6 teams in the playoff picture. Now, Utah, yes, is down there in the wild card spot, but just for the Pacific Division alone, this is crazy. So Vegas right now is leading it at 46 points. Edmonton is right below at 46 points. Mm-hmm. Seattle is right there at 45 points, which last time we talked, they were down way below. They've been on a heater of late.
Yep.
7-2-1 in their last 10. But they're third in the Pacific at 45. So 1 win. They're first.
It's because of these guys right here you're about to say.
LA Kings now 45. The Anaheim Ducks 45. Both in a wild card position.
Ducks have lost 7 straight. That's why they've dropped down so much.
Imagine
they've lost 7, but they're still where they're at.
Yeah, that's how crazy.
Yeah.
So you take that, the Ducks, the Kings, Seattle, with those 3 alone, 1 win bumps them up to first overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, they might play the same night, things in that order, but still very crazy, very tight. And then, like I said, the Sharks are right there, which all because of Mac. Mac's killing it this year. So hopefully nothing happens there because I don't know what this team will really look like without him. Probably what Chicago looks like, honestly, without Bedard.
Still beat us.
Yes. So I know the Kings and Sharks play here, I believe, tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow night. So that's a huge game. And like I said, Mac is just killing it. He has 22 goals, and then like Kempe 15. Mac with 41 assists. Our best is Kempe at 19. So it's just unbelievable how crazy Mac is right now.
That's why he's on the Olympic roster.
And that is why, he's on the Olympic roster. So very crazy about that. Again, that Pacific is very tight, and again, that's because Anaheim has lost so many. They're 2-6-2, but also Vegas. Vegas last 10 is 2-5-3.
Mm-hmm. You don't know why that is?
Tell me.
Carter Hart. No, it is. He's been playing like crap. Been pulled a game or two. But look at that. Their last 10 games, or basically that's all he's played. But he started out a little bit decent when he came in, and then now he's he's definitely fallen off. And I don't know if Hill is still hurt or who the other goaltender was. I can't remember. But yeah, their goaltending's kind of been a little bit of lackluster. That's been hurting them. But and defensively, they've just been horrible. Without Petrangelo back there, it's hurting them a lot.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how, Vegas is doing good, but they're not
I think
killing it.
No.
You know what I mean? They're not killing
the whole forgot league. To mention, too, the whole Pacific. Look at their goal differential.
I know.
Tell me if you see any positives.
Yeah, I see one positive. The Kings are only at -2. Well, dude, look at the whole division. There's only the Central has the best at 72 for Colorado, Dallas at 29, Minnesota at 21, and then the only green other than that whole division or the whole conference is Utah at +6.
Yeah,
and they're not even a wild card spot.
I know. That's just the West. Is just brutal. The goal differential. I was looking at it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, not a single one's positive. How is that even possible?
72.
Yeah, I know. For plus, it's ridiculous. Look at the Tampa Bay is up not as much.
36 or
Tampa Bay's got a lot too. Yeah,
32, 72. Dude, that's like high school numbers, right?
Ridiculous. There. I know. I mean, it checks out. We saw McKinnon the other day when they were losing.
He was pissed.
He was absolutely furious, and that was when he was at 2 regulation losses.
Yeah.
Like really? But no, that's what you want though. I saw people kind of saying come on, you've only lost 2 times regulation. It's well, there's a reason. That's why. Because he shows that attitude when losing, when they've only lost, that he wants to win. That's that. That's what you want. I love that. I don't like those people who say oh, you need to calm down. No, dude, bring it up. Bring the intensity up. Let them know. This is why you guys are a winning team and why this culture is a winning culture.
The thing that's crazy. So if you take Rapid's goal differential is 112, which is insane. But to have an NHL roster at 72, the next best in boys varsity is 59.
Oh. Except the NHL boys come down and play Rapid.
That's crazy.
Drop down that differential.
That is gnarly, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they win in every other way. They win 7-1. They win 1-0. Doesn't matter how many or how many they don't. They always find a way to win.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's just it's crazy. But yeah, so this Western Conference right now is, again, you got the 3 teams that are just kicking butt. Again, in Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota. Don't see them slowing down. Colorado. You know what? Let's take a second for Colorado because this is what I was thinking the other day. Yeah, they're hot. They're crazy good. Guess who was crazy good last year? The Jets. Right? Not to this point. Well, Jets had 11-0 start. They were hot. But so Colorado, this is where it gets tricky. So you guys are having a great season. Awesome. I am happy for you. But if they, by the looks of it, they're going to win the President's Trophy. Okay?
Something crazy happens.
And I will say you will not. If you're not going to win the Stanley Cup, so the last time a President's Trophy team won the Stanley Cup was back in 2012 on the Chicago Blackhawks, but that was a shortened season. They only played 48 games.
The lockout season.
Yep. So they still won the Stanley Cup. I'll give them that. But again, 48 games compared to 82 plus the playoffs, not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, take that one away, the 2012. Take that one away. The last time a full regular season, it was like 1986. 86, 87, somewhere around there.
So it's called the President Trophy's curse.
It is.
Because even when Tampa Bay was the President Trophy winner, they didn't win the cup.
Yeah.
They got, actually for a few years in a row, the President Trophy winners were getting bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
At least I think like 3 or 4 years in a row they did. The Rangers, Tampa Bay, Washington, I know, all bounced the first round and winning President Trophy. 114 point seasons, like, gone.
So I just, like, congrats on a crazy season. You've only lost 3 regulation games, but enjoy the season because I think playoff hockey is going to really kill you guys. I think what's happening right now is kind of like how the Hurricanes have been the last 4 or 5 years. They kick butt in the regular season, but then they get tired during the playoffs.
Not only that though, it's their style of play that hurts them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
they don't change how they play when it comes to like there's certain teams that, like Florida, like they can't beat Florida. Like they won't be able to get through them the way that they play their game. Yeah, and that's just every time it's just when you cross the blue line, shots on net.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. They got studs on there, and they got guys out on their pace to break, their personal records and records alone. But I don't know. Maybe this is the team that finally breaks that curse. But history has it that that's not going to happen, and I do like to see the competitiveness in Nathan, and him getting torqued off. I like seeing that because it means a lot to him. But I don't know. I just don't know, man. I feel like they could do it, but I also feel like just from history, man, it ain't gonna happen.
I don't know. We'll see. I think they have a good shot. They're definitely number one. Like,
well, yeah,
for contending wise. But we'll see how they. I'm not making any predictions until after the Olympics.
Well, yeah.
That's when I'll be like, all right, let's see. Well, let's really buckle down because this is when everything's gonna change.
Yeah.
Rankings will all be different. That's when it's gonna be really. I think we'll start to see maybe a little bit more separation. Because that's when teams are brought. Because they don't want it to be this close come March.
Yeah.
No, that is not what you want them. They do not want the standings to be that close. It comes down to where you play your last game and you have your other guy who's right out of the wild card spot is has a game or two back, but they're only 2 points behind or 1 point behind you. And so like I have a feeling it's going to be basically like a playoff hockey after the Olympics.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I will say one surprising team on this Western Conference side is the Jets. I will say it doesn't sit well with me when USA's number 1 goalie is one of the worst. Is on one of the worst teams. That to me doesn't sit well.
He can't score goals too, though.
That's true. So I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't mind Adi in Dallas maybe get some starts. I know.
Thing is, he's just the big moments. That's what they're worried about. With him, is how he kind of like, especially last year, he underperformed to his standards for Dallas in the playoffs. He wasn't as good as dominant as he had been. I think that was a big reason. I mean, because they had the moves back there.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens there, I guess. In the Olympics, that's coming up here in
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Kachuk skated in a.
Got to.
He skated today, I believe it was, in a non-contact jersey. So I believe, Maurice said that he hopes to have him back after their 6-game road trip. When they get back from their six-game road trip, that he should be back hopefully in the lineup. So that bodes well for the U.S.
Yeah. So since we're talking about Matthew, let's go down into the Eastern Conference. There's a question I want to ask you with the whole
brother, how ugly his brother looks.
Okay, no. The whole aspect of the NHL. But I want to get through these Eastern Conference teams. Again, very close, especially in the 1, 2, 3 areas right now. I know.
It's not Carolina.
I know. Detroit kicking butt, dude.
Detroit. When's the last time you said that?
I know. They've been kicking butt. They finally won in Ottawa. I think it was like in 2013 was the last time they won. So
flopped.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
But
apparently he's not very well liked.
Really?
Apparently he's he embellishes quite a bit. I mean, this one was kind of pretty egregious because it was Giroux. He was pissed going in the box. He was so mad going in the box. Yeah, but yeah, it was just basically they called it like a trip, but Giroux didn't touch him like at all. And Larkin dove and dived down, and yeah, I got called for it.
Yeah, so I think again, this is crazy. I know Pittsburgh's been on a heater of 5 games. Buffalo has a big game against the Blue Jackets, I believe, tonight.
They already ended their 10 games.
Connects.
I was say the Blue Jackets one that ended their 10-game win.
Yeah, so a big game. They gotta hopefully not get on a losing streak. I don't think is my prediction, but like I said, a little separation, nothing crazy. The reason why I'm saying a little separation is because like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how the 9th in the wild card was literally 1 game away to being in the wild card position. And now, they're at, take Ottawa, they're in the 9th spot, right? They're at 45, where Pittsburgh is now at 49. So it's more than a 1 game, type of thing. Things are still going to change, but a little bit more separation right now. And again, I think a lot of this is maybe halfway through. A break's going to be nice, especially for a lot of these guys, a big break of a month or so because of the Olympics and things. So it's going to be fun to see what happens when they come back and see how close everything is or how big of a gap it is. But love to see Islanders up there right now, number 2 in the Metro. That's awesome. Again,
all because of 1 player, literally.
Yeah, Detroit and Baltimore, Montreal. Like to see them still in the Atlantic. That didn't change. That 1, 2, 3. Those 3 have been up there for a while now, so that's good to see that they're still kicking butt.
It's a new big 3.
I'm okay with Detroit and Montreal.
The original.
Yeah. Tampa I would like to see go away. Honestly, the big 3 I would like to see Buffalo.
I know.
So yeah, exciting stuff. Anything else you want to talk about? Because I got a question that I'm just dying to tell you or ask you.
No. Like to see it change up a little bit with injuries. New York Rangers, I would expect the next couple weeks could be very tragic, as both Igor Shesterkin and Adam Fox have been placed on long-term IR.
Hey, Quick's been hot. He's been
hot, but can you sustain number 1 goaltender minutes right now at his age, and everything? That's what I wonder about. And so I feel like you lose an all-world goalie and potential, or I shouldn't say potential because he was snubbed, but I guess a replacement defenseman of a guy. At least.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
So that's 2 big losses for New York. I mean, those are starters.
Yeah,
those are 2 huge starters. You're out long term IR. So that's gonna hurt them.
So that actually is like a perfect segue of my question
into Allmark.
Yeah. My question. Trade deadline was kind of picking up a little bit. Now it's completely quiet.
Correct.
And I think that's going to happen. I think for now, it might, probably won't see too much during the Olympics. But every time we say, oh, this team and this team and this team, that team seems to do so much better. You know, we talk about Nashville. They're kind of up there in that playoff hunt now.
We talk about our teams then, so our teams do so much better.
Oh gosh, I've been saying stuff about my team. They are still mediocre. So, but like, is there anything out there? Like, is there a team that you're like, come on, guys, it's time? Or I know we talk about it all the time, but do you see anything out there? Do you see anything like you personally want as a trade is approaching? Do you think there's any teams that's like, okay, you know, because like I said, it's close. A lot of this is close. So like, how do you like take Buffalo for example? Beginning of the year, terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah, it's starting to go, time to go, time to go. And now it's like, okay, what clicked? And now you guys are just, you know, who are you gonna buy? Who are you gonna buy? Who are you gonna buy?
Yeah, I mean
So-
that's why we're sitting here and the GMs are where they're at.
Yeah.
Because you know if they were listening to us, you know they would not be having jobs anymore.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because you can say the same, because it's just the same. It's the same thing. Buffalo in the East and Nashville in the West. Last time we talked about it, you know, when you talked about that, you had said for both of them, like blow it up, get rid of them all. You know,
Yeah.
like especially the Canucks. Canucks made the one big trade and they went on a 3-game winning streak. You know,
Yeah.
on a skid. Now they've kind of backed off a little bit, and you know they've come back down to earth. But you know Nashville is still hanging in over there in the West, and then Buffalo in the East, and both of them, you know, guys, analysts, you know, were saying like, you know, blow it up. You know, like
Yeah.
with Barry Trotz, he's gonna keep Andrew Burnett, but who's he gonna get rid of? There are, you know, talks of Stamkos, O'Reilly. I mean, they were already had in the talks of looking for first for O'Reilly and all that, and Mark Gasol, and so I don't know. I think right now only teams that maybe could be. I mean, we saw Columbus make a trade and they acquired Marchment. I mean, granted, that's not saying much, but that's still, it's, you know, it's something. It's a little bit of movement, but a team that I could see that I would love, and I know I just mentioned them, would be the Rangers to give up on Panarin.
Yeah.
Because he's still not signed yet, and I don't think he's going to re-sign. Because if he hasn't yet already, with the big free agents who were available already, who had already re-signed with their teams, I just feel like Panarin's done in New York. He's just over it and everything. And it's also Murray because, you know, the Caps are a potential spot. Maybe he can take. I know he's not going to take over the mantle of Ovi, but he's got his Russian brother there, Ovi. You know, they've got a great team, and I just think if we could just add in Panarin, it's asking. It's a high price to ask for, but I don't know what to give up. I mean, there's players in my mind that would be giving up, but it's not worth Panarin, as in that would be disrespectful to Panarin.
Yeah.
to give those people up for him, but that would be one thing. And then I always question about Boston maybe making a move because they've had more with the emergence of Morgan Geekie, you know, this year and his goal scoring ability, and how Middlestat. I don't think he's been doing too well from that acquiring him from Colorado. That trade last year, I believe it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about it, and you look at teams that are getting big separation right now, and like I look at the Jets and like Vancouver. I know you said like they were on a big kick, but like the Jets are 1-6-3 on a 4-game losing streak.
Bad.
And
Bad.
Same with Calgary's not doing so hot. They, we kind of figured Calgary was going to be that way towards.
For a little bit, Calgary
season,
was kind of coming back and making their thing, but they've come back down. Again, both those teams, what they lack the most is what you need to win, and that's scoring. They can't score outside their first line, and like Winnipeg's bad, and it's very, very noticeable. Very noticeable, and they're gonna have to take a step back and really take a hard look in the mirror about what do we do with some of our guys, especially, and I hate to say it because it's a comeback year, but Jonathan Toews, it's not working out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get it, but look at Gabriel Landeskog and how he's been able to come back, and he's been able to do good, play good. I know he sucks because he just got hurt, and I hope it's not serious, and I hope he's not out too long. But like, sometimes you got to take a hard look at it, and as a GM, and be like, this ain't working out.
Yeah, you talk about the Jets. You got Mark, Kyle, Gabe, and Josh. Like you said, that's pretty much your top line. Josh, of course, a D guy, but it goes from 48 points with Mark and Kyle.
Logan Stanley was doing it right for a bit.
Yeah, Gabe at 35, Josh at 32, and it jumps down all the way to Nico 15.
Yeah. Bad.
Just
as bad as then now go look at Seattle. Go look at Seattle. I don't believe you'll find one person with over 10 goals on that roster. But that's but
14
you see,
and 11.
Yep.
Is 2 guys, but yeah, they're
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 Shane
close
Wright
to
and
top
everybody?
5, but it's no, it's Jordan, Chandler.
Okay, Jordan.
They're at 27, 26 points.
Those are points. I'm talking goals.
Goals, it's Jordan and Chandler, and then Jaden, Stewart,
Ever heard
Maddie,
of him?
and this Ellie guy.
Yeah.
But
that right there tells me that the whole team has to buy it. The whole team,
yeah,
as a whole. Because if you look too, like, there's no like a player like Pasternak or like Panarin, on that roster that could go out there and get you a goal. It's basically, kind of, middle second line guy. You know what I mean? Like every player on that team needs to produce.
Yeah.
For them to go far. And
Yeah.
that's hard to do. I mean, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting again. Olympics.
Kiefer Sherwood's got 17 goals.
Yeah. No, there's going to be movement, and I think there's going to be a lot of movement. I feel like there's going to be a lot of movement. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that.
I don't know why you think that when that never happens.
I know, but I don't know. I want to see it. The big movement I want to see is in Wild. I think if Wild want to compete, they need to go all in.
More.
Huh?
One more. They need one more.
They need one more.
Offensive piece. One more.
Yep. They need to go all in. Get rid of your picks. Get rid of your your prospects. I'm sorry, but you guys have some good prospects. You guys have a good minor league in the AHL, so I'm not worried about that for you guys. You know how to,
especially if you can keep.
How to draft. You know how to do the right things, just like the Kings do in their prospects. Look at Brock Faber. You guys both like that guy. Why? Because he's a great talent. Started with the Kings, got traded. Just how it goes. But this is the time to go all in. It's now or never. We had Brandon last 2 weeks ago, and he talked about if you have Quinn, to them, for Minnesota fans, it feels like this is it. This is it, you need that one more piece. Go all in.
Jack.
It start to push all in. So,
Jack.
Yeah, I don't see.
They're going for Jack.
Well, Devils aren't even in a playoff spot right now.
Nope.
You never know.
They hate Luke right now too, as well. So they
true.
just need to pick that. I mean, he's D, but just pick him up, and then once you put him over here, come on, brother.
They'd have to wait. I think they gotta wait for Luke. Luke's definitely not the piece. He
No,
could be
not.
in
He's not.
the two Hugh brothers for another defenseman. But how do you touch? I don't think you touch the Wild defenseman core. I guess if you are worried about injuries and stuff.
Honestly, it'd be dumb to bring anybody up on the defensive side for the Wild.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Other than that, guys, what do you think?
First off, though, Anze Kopitar and Amari. Are you worried?
I haven't heard anything yet, so I'm not. Until I hear word.
Did you see it?
I did not. I heard that they're hoping everything's okay. I haven't seen it yet. But yeah.
How is Armia as a player? Because I don't watch
He's
much
been
of the Kings,
good.
So
like he's.
Is he young? He's a young rook, or?
He's like right in the middle.
Okay, 25. 24.
But like he's not. He came in just to kind of be a filler on that fourth line, but he's been doing so much more. He's bringing some points. He's doing more expectations than he has been.
Did he have to take up a bigger role due to injuries? Like, did he have to get moved up because
no,
he's just been playing well.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's been able to be moved around, center, wing, PK, things like that. So he's doing better, but yeah, I think the big thing is like I hope Kopitar is okay, and I hope that he can finish the season out. Not, I don't know. It just would suck too.
All right, because this is his last season.
Yeah,
because he already announced that he's retiring, so it's not like he can. I mean, we've all seen Philip Rivers came back after 5 years. So I mean, it is possible to be like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to retire anymore. But yeah, it would suck to be hurt like that.
I think if you watch Kopitar, he's lost his step this year.
You can is it noticeable?
You can see it.
Is it as bad as watching Ovi?
I'm not sure, but like with Kopi, what last year he was like right around that 50-60 point second on the team, and you can see that it's just not there this year, and that's kind of one reason why the Kings are struggling is because of that production.
Is he still playing top? But is he still in the
not top? Anymore. They actually took Drew and Kopi off the first power play unit, and
they took them both.
Took them both off.
Really?
And they've been hecka good.
Really? Probably because the youngsters can be more creative.
Yeah.
And it's just because I mean you can tell when the other guy like I'm sure the side that Kopitar's on is probably not used as much, or it's clearly a weak point on the power play. I'm sure it's probably noticeable.
Surprised she's not barking yet.
Oh,
sorry for the heads up for the bark that's going to happen here. And within the 15 seconds, there it is. Oh, might not be able to hear it, but but yeah, no, it'll be interesting on that front of it. Nope. I'm not again. We just need guys to step up. We had that happen this last game against the Wild. We beat the Wild twice, so it should be a good stepping stone. But yeah, we need guys to step up. Fiala, Kuzi, they played a heck of a game. They need to step up and keep stepping up, and see what happens. So excited though. But there's the bark. Other than that, guys, let us know what you think about the trade deadlines. Tell us about the Olympics, what your takes are on all the lines and stuff like that. Who made it, who didn't make it.
Tell us who's winning gold. Does France have an opportunity this year to win gold?
I was going to say Japan.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I haven't seen their roster yet. I just saw France's, and I got scared. I saw France release their roster yesterday. It's pretty nerve-wracking. I don't know a single person on the roster. No, I'm excited because it's cool. You're going to see countries like that you don't see because I'm not gonna lie. This last week, and I have been infatuated with the World Juniors, so I haven't paid attention to really anything when it comes to obviously I'm watching my Caps, whoever they're playing, but I was watching World Juniors, watching the Caps prospect. I watched the Caps prospect, who was the captain of Czechia, Peter Sikor or whatever. That is a Caps prospect. And so it was bittersweet to watch them beat Canada. It was for the third year in a row. I loved it. It was just nice, especially after watching the U.S. get bounced by.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. But
I'm pretty pissed about that.
Yeah. Oh well.
What more can you do?
Yeah.
At least Ryan Leonard won it. He got gold with it. So.
All right, guys. Other than that, thank you for joining us again. Thank you to Carter. We're excited to see him this weekend play Sioux Falls.
Light the lamp up.
Yep. So, we'll see what happens in the future. Again, if you haven't, hit subscribe. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Other than that, guys, be safe. Happy New Year. And we'll see you guys next time.